And I quickly want to cut across to Jerusalem. Joining us from the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office is his spokesperson, David Mansour. David Mansour, welcome on India Today. Our heartfelt condolences and sympathies. 1 year, losses of life in that worst terror attack in your country, sir. This meeting that's happening in Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office, what's that meeting all about?
Well, firstly, thank you for having me join you. Look, Israel today, it's been 1 year since the appalling terrorist attack on our country. It brought back terrible memories that we heard stories from our grandparents, the Holocaust stories, the pogroms, the type of Jew killing which we experienced, which we thought had been consigned to history. We experienced again just a year ago, the beheadings, the murder of children, the rapes of men and women, and the terrible ransacking of our country and the murder of our people. You know, the impression which sticks with me still is the shrieks of delight, the jubilation with which the murderers recorded themselves, how happy they were to perform their evil acts. But Israel has come together after that. Israel has decided that this effort to destroy this country will not be allowed to continue. We will defend ourselves, and that is precisely what we will do.
This meeting that just happened in the Israeli Prime Minister's office is being described as an emergency meeting, an unscheduled meeting. Do we have any details? What was discussed at this meeting?
We are facing 7 fronts of Iran at the moment, and this country is under threat as never before. We know Iran, because they tell us, wishes to destroy this country. It's the only country in the United Nations that openly says it wishes to destroy another country. But we have, for the first time in our 3,000-year history, we have an IDF, the Israeli Defense Forces, which are willing to defend us. And that's precisely what they are doing. Now, that meeting today, it was held in commemoration out of respect for the victims of terrorism, which we have had in the last year, but also the 728 soldiers who have fallen in defense of this country, and also to discuss precisely what to do about Iran. Iran attacked us with the largest ballistic missile attack ever in the history of mankind. Just last Tuesday, myself and my family were in a bomb shelter for much of the evening. This country has a responsibility to defend itself, and that is precisely what we will do. Now, we know that in this battle, we see India as very much an ally. India understands what it's like to live in a dangerous neighborhood. You too have dangerous neighbors and understand the threat of terrorism. And we've been very heartened by the kind words of Prime Minister Modi in defending, in having an appreciation of this country's willingness and desire and the imperative to defend our citizens, because that's precisely what we're doing here.
Is there a delay in responding to Iran's ballistic missile attack, which Israel has described as the largest in the history, 181 plus ballistic missiles fired in your direction a week ago? Is there a delay, point one, and point two? Is it because Israel is not on top or does not perceive it to be on top of the escalation ladder, or is there American pressure not to retaliate?
Look, we have a duty to defend ourselves, and that's precisely what we will do. Of course, I won't discuss our plans live on India Today television right now, but I can tell you that this country understands very well the threat of Iran. We know their capabilities. We know that they desire to annihilate this country. They tell us very, very clearly, you know, thousands of years of persecution against the Jewish people has taught us one thing above all, is that when an aggressor tells us they wish to wipe our nation off the face of the earth, we believe them. Now, when Iran says that they wish to do this, we know that their proxies are trying to do it for them, and the gloves are off, because Iran attacked us directly themselves, as they did again in April. We know precisely how to deal with Iran. We know exactly what our capabilities are. And I think no one should be any doubt of this government's determination to do its primary responsibility. Just like the government in India, the government's primary responsibility is to defend our people. And you can be sure that is precisely what we will do.
But the fact that Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu speaks of a threat and a war on 7 fronts, from Hamas to Hezbollah to Houthis to what you describe as their benefactors, Iran. Is Israel biting more than it can chew in trying to take on 7 adversaries simultaneously? And is the aim first to deal with Hamas and Hezbollah and ultimately then go after Iran?
Look, I must tell you that they're all the same. The 7 fronts all have a common denominator, and that is Iran, not the people of Iran. It's very important to remember this, because the people of Iran are as much victims of the Iranian regime as we are. They're a very unpopular regime. They persecute their own people. The regime hates freedom. They hate democracy. Israel and India have such a close link because us being one of the smallest democracies and India being the largest democracy in the world, they hate freedom. They hate the values which we hold dear, which is why they're trying to defeat us. But be in no doubt, as the Prime Minister said in his United Nations General Assembly address just last week, he said in a very Churchillian way, in the way that Churchill was warning of the power of the Nazis in Germany before the start of the Second World War. He told the world very, very clearly that this is a menace that we are facing here locally because we're in their region. But make no mistake, they're after you as well. They're after other countries, other democracies, other freedom-loving nations. So we have to face up to them here. We believe we're on the front line of civilization, which is why we believe that the India is an ally.
Okay.
It's a relationship we take extremely seriously, the relationship between Israel and India. But we know we're on the front line of civilization, and you can trust me when I say we will be victorious. Make no doubt about it.